Columbus Food Hub. About this time last year, a number of us in the food community here in Columbus started meeting every couple, 3 weeks, trying to put together a strategy to further sustainable, locally produced food. And we decided that what we needed more than anything else was distribution, infrastructure. We needed to create our own small version, our own model of aggregating in the high population density urban center to redistribute more efficiently to mainstream grocery stores. By August, we talked the Mid-Ohio Food Bank into giving us the keys to their old facility at 1625 West Mound Street. And Snowville Creamery and Local Matters has shared that facility since last August as a place where we operate our existing profit-making ongoing businesses out of a facility that has space for other people to come. We're beginning to kind of do it ourselves. And in talking about the Food Hub and Food Hub ideas, and you can go online and there's a Food Hub website and you can see what they talk about. Nobody had put together, on paper anyway, or said that there's two kinds of food hubs. One is the rural hub, where you aggregate your food in the rural setting where it's most appropriate to be raising this food. You need to aggregate the food there and then put it on the 53-foot semi that costs the same amount of diesel fuel to drive up here as a 20-foot Isuzu truck, you know. But it needs to then go to a food hub that's in the urban center where it's aggregated and redistributed. So there's two different kinds of food hub that go together. We need to have both. So we realized we weren't talking about the Columbus Food Hub, we were talking about an Ohio food network, integrating our production and our distribution to get it to the consumer. So here's Ohio, here's Columbus. You can see Columbus, we say it's an urban aggregate and redistribution hub. And I've gone ahead and taken the liberty down in Cincinnati to say the same thing, up in Cleveland. And then down in Athens where we are, we're saying that's a rural aggregation hub. Maybe up north of Dayton, Toledo, up where that good black soil is, where they grow lots and lots of wonderful vegetables, great carrots. These are all urban places that can feed, these are all rural places that can feed the high density urban population efficiently. How many people know what you're seeing there? This is the hot thing. You guys will all leave here. Those of you who didn't know what this was, you know now, you're tuned in. This is the cool newest thing. Because in August, once we got that Mound Street address, we went out and said, oh, let's start getting a bunch of locally grown Ohio produce to have in our distribution center, in our food hub. And there wasn't any to be had. There's lots of produce in the summer, but by August, September, it's diminishing. There's almost no local produce grown in Ohio that's available in mainstream grocery stores, even in Whole Foods, in stores that are trying to promote local foods. There's almost nothing come September, October. Because the people that have the hoop houses like this, they all have CSAs. The CSAs contract, they basically pay forward, pay the farmer, capitalize the farmer to produce the food with the understanding they take what the farmer produces. So the CSA growers, producers, they get that retail price directly from the consumer, and that's part of their economic model. But if we want to change the world, we need a whole lot more of our food to be sustainably produced. We need to have ways to do what these smart people have been doing, grow produce in the winter. Whole Foods in Columbus, Ohio could probably use the output of 100 of those in the winter. This is at Kip and Becky Rondy's Green Edge Gardens in southeastern Ohio. We put up their 9th and 10th one this October. They were lush, producing 200 to 300 to 400 pounds a week of produce all winter long. And Whole Foods says that they'll pay whatever they have to pay. They'll pay whatever anybody wants if you'll bring them produce in the winter. And we're about to load up on YouTube a 13-minute video that we did on greenhouse production that includes Kip Rondi talking about it. And so I don't want to get too far into it, just to say part of our goals as a group is to get 100 of these in the ground around Columbus to start supporting mainstream grocery stores. Whole Foods is ready to embrace it. One winner of them having something different that Kroger doesn't have. And this is going to be mainstream. We can produce stuff in the winter. Kip says, in the summer I can grow produce as nice as anything at any grocery store. In the winter I can make everything in Columbus look like garbage. Because he's pulling it out of his hoop houses and bringing it here in 24 hours.